All right. Shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. We're going to start off this lesson by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachakash. All right, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and have taught us this word in truth and sincerity. And peace and mercy to the hopeful elect that are also pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth, starting with 144,000. And as well as your little mountain sisters that believe, peace and mercy to you and your household. So in today's class, it's going to be another edition. The lesson's going to be another edition of News and Prophecy. And where's the video that I wanted to tackle? There's a video here, All right, there's a video here that I wanted to tackle going into, as you see the title, it says News and Prophecy, Babylon's Haughtiness and Deceive Him, MOTB. So this is video here going into the whole, war with those people over in the land and Ishmael. And then you got Ukraine and Russia. Okay, and then you got the building up of China, Russia, and America, which is Babylon the Great. But, like we have been teaching, and we will continue to teach, that before World War III, we still waiting for the mandatory implantation of the MOTB. That has to happen first. Okay, so I'm going to play this video, play this clip, and then we're going to bring out some precepts concerning the events that he's going to bring up.
American men and women.
Make this a little faster.
Are set to be imminently drafted to fight. American men and women are set to be imminently drafted to fight for the globalists in World War III if Klaus Schwab gets his way, after the World Economic Forum leader was heard boasting that he has signed an executive order compelling the Biden regime to supply American bodies for the front lines. Schwab made the remarks at an event in Dubai earlier this week, where he was speaking to 600 so-called experts on the topic of how to rule the world. When Schwab says jump, Biden says how high?
Are the wars in Israel and Ukraine more than the United States can take on at the same time?
We're the United States of America, for God's sake. The most powerful nation in history, not in the world, in the history of the world. The history of the world. We can take care of both of these and still maintain our overall international defense. We have the capacity to do this, and we have an obligation to. We are the essential nation, to paraphrase the former Secretary of State. And if we don't, who does?
Okay, so you heard it from his mouth, and he's just a foot soldier basically for the top banking elites, wicked elites. But they echo the same sentiment. Okay, when it comes to America, and the scriptures talk about America and Babylon, daughter Babylon, and her pride and her haughtiness. Right, so I'm gonna go. I got three precepts. I'm gonna start with Psalms 59, and I'm gonna read from 12 to 13. So it says here, Psalm 59. And actually, let me get it here in NLT. So Psalms 15. Oh. Okay. So Psalms 59 and 12, and it reads, because of the sinful things they say, right? They being the wicked. Because of the sinful things they say, because of the evil that is on their lips, they are slacking. Let them be captured by their pride, their curses, and their lies. And that's we're seeing already that Esau is being captured by his own lies, because all this truth on the Edomites and what their history and what they've been up to for the last couple hundreds of years concerning America, or this side of the world, North America, has been exposed, right? Random people that, don't know anything from anything, now know that, all of the wars, World War I and World War II and World War III, was a part of a plan was a part of the top wicked elites. All right, it was a part of their plans. Just 5 years ago, when I hearing that, that was more of a conspiracy theory, right? But now everybody's waking up to this man's lies, right? And that's an example of him being captured by his pride, because even though this man knows the scriptures, in his mind, he was set up. The Lord created him to believe he can upset prophecy when he's not going to be able to upset prophecy. Okay, it says, verse 13, destroy them in your anger. Wipe, and you heard what Biden's Sleepy Joe said. He said, America's the greatest nation in the history of the world. All right, so they're boasting in their pride, right? And he's a puppet, right? He's just trying to get the rest of the people in America on the same wavelength, because the super elites, they know what they're doing with America. They're tanking it. All right, they want to completely eradicate America when you go into their secret plans. Okay, it says here, destroy them in your anger, wipe them out completely. Right, and after their 1,000 years of slavery under us, the Israelites, starting with the elect, the 144, yeah, we're gonna have a Edomite cookout, so to speak, and they're gonna get wiped away, man. As to what happens to them after that, we'll know that in the kingdom. But it goes on to say, then the whole world will know that Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, reigns in Israel. So Lord, what you see going on here with America and these wars brewing and everything, the Lord is just building up America for the greatest downfall, for the greatest fall, man. And like I said in our last video, I think it was yesterday we did it, or the day before yesterday, that this Exodus, all right, is going to outshine the Exodus of Egypt. The Exodus of Babylon the Great is going to outshine the Exodus of Egypt, man. Okay. So let me go from here. Let me go to Isaiah 47. And yeah, it says, let me get this in the King James. Seven and 1, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. So it says virgin daughter of Babylon, right? So it's not talking about the ancient Babylon, but it's talking about a revised Babylon here in the latter days, a new Babylon, which is why it says daughter of Babylon, which is America today. Okay, and the reason why it refers to it as being a virgin is because America hasn't seen any war, any international war. It's seen civil war, but it hasn't seen international war, and it damn sure hasn't seen missiles. Okay, it says, sit on the ground, there is no throne. So the rulership of America is through. Right? It says, oh, daughter of the Chaldeans. And who are the Chaldeans? The Chaldeans are the bankers, the top wicked elite. Those are the Chaldeans of Babylon, and Babylon's America. So who actually runs Babylon? Not Sleepy Joe. He doesn't run Babylon. He's just a puppet, man. It's really the top wicked elites, which are the bankers. All right, what is there? 13 of them, 13 banking families, or is it 9 banking families? I think it's 13 or 9 banking families that secretly run the world, man. And they're all Edomites. It says here, or the top banking families are Edomites. It says here, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And that's America. So America, we're already witnessing this prophecy play out. Okay, because America isn't considered, isn't favorable anymore. Other nations, the majority of the world doesn't favor America anymore, man. Okay, and so we're seeing America lose that tender and delicate type, influence on the world. No one wants to go to America anymore. It says here, verse 2, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, and make bare the legs, right? So what's doing all that? It's the truth, right? The words and the wisdom and knowledge that we have here that's given to us from on high via the Holy Spirit from Yahweh Shai. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame. And now all this information is coming out, which, if you're studied, if you're well learned, you've been knowing that that the state of those people, all right, of those people, those Amalekites, was created by Americans, America. America was always behind what's going on over there in the land, man. Okay, and now you got all these videos coming out about, oh, America's behind the whole thing, and they've been building up. Can't even say certain terms, but if you know the different city states that are involved in what's going on in that land, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so it says, I will not meet thee as a man, and that's Yahweh Shai. Okay, so Yahweh Shai is not coming back as he left. He's coming back in the terms of, when I say that, I mean as a man. He's coming back as an angelic force.
Yep.
Okay, an angelic power. Okay, so let me get one more. I go Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 1. And it reads, the burden of Babylon with Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, and the banner is the truth. Okay, and it says, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, and it's like a shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. So it starts with the banking elites, man. All right, this truth is hitting the top of the pyramid, and then from there it trickles all the way down to the bottom of the pyramid. All right, so everybody that's affiliated, even the average Joe, the everyday Israelite and the everyday Edomite, the everyday Ishmaelite and Moabite, we're judging and we're prophesying towards them as well. We also prophesy against the other nation, towards or against the other nations. It says here, I have commanded my sanctified ones, all right, which is the prophets, the elect. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger. So that's what you see happening with these other nations. You see Russia, China, right, and all their military might and their missile artillery. They're all being called together by who? By the Lord. The Lord is the one that's moving these chess pieces on the board and putting everything together. It says, even them that rejoice in my highness, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, which we know that refers to what? Governments. Okay, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. And that's what we're in the midst of that right now. All right, we're in the midst of a tumultuous noise between many different nations that are getting ready to gather together over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Remember, before all that transpires, all right, this Edomite, all right, Esau has to mandate to see him, the MOTB. So it says, the Lord Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. Let me just add two more verses here. Slack it. They come from a far country, from the ends of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignations. Those are ICBM missiles, man. Your hypersonic missiles, okay, ballistic missiles. It says, or the different kinds of ballistic missiles, to destroy the whole land, which is America, okay? And, that the Holy Land, too, is also going to get purged out, okay, with fire. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. That's it for me. Any precepts before I move on?
As it pertains to Joe Biden, boosting up his military might, right? Talking as if it's up to him and not giving praise and credence to the Heavenly Father. So Proverbs 16 and 18 and Jeremiah 15 and 31.
So this is Proverbs 16 and 18, and it reads, "Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall."
So
Beautiful.
that man had a haughty spirit. And that word haughty going to like exalted and lifted up, right? He feels untouchable. Can you go into that word pride?
Yeah.
The letter. Bakusha.
Pride. So you see here it says exaltation, majesty, pride, excellence. It says of nations, of Yahweh, of the Jordan, pride, arrogance in a bad sense.
Right? Arrogance in a bad sense. And in the Strong's?
Yeah, in the Strong's it says arrogancy. It says excellence, excellency. It says majesty, pomp, pride, proud, swelling.
All right, so pomp. So there's pomp and arrogance in a bad sense. So we know who the proud is as it pertains to Jeremiah 15:31. So bring Jeremiah 15:31.
Jeremiah 50:31. And it says here 15:31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud.
See that?
Saith the Lord Yahweh.
So the Most High, it says he's not with Joe Biden. So if the Most High is not with you, it means he's against you, right? Either or either, right? We know the Lord is about good and evil. So the Lord doesn't have you for good; He has you for evil. So that's where destruction comes in. It says pride go before destruction. Read on.
It says, "Behold, I'm against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee."
So it's soon and very soon, but we know the day is not yet. So even though there's a little bit of saber rattling, nation, condemning nations for this, and there's a show, right, a facade, an act, because all hypocrites, man. They pretend as if they're about righteousness, and they're all doing the same damn thing behind closed doors, right? Because there's no righteous nation out there. Okay, the Heavenly Father didn't made other nations to be the righteous of the earth. They're just basic proxies and wicked, right? You have wicked as a one in leadership, and all the other ones are following. Right? 32.
It says, verse 32, "And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up."
That's right. So that's at the end of all this. When this all goes down, there'll be no more resurrection of the so-called white men. All right, there'll be no such thing as Edomites. Right after they serve their slavery, right, and serve their punishments. All right, neither root nor branch. That's what was prophesied about that nation of people. And you have the average so-called Edomite thinking the most I deal with like singularity, like you have some good Edomites and bad ones. This one over there. No, man, the whole nation. Because we went down in slavery as a whole nation. The most I deal with nations.
That's right.
Right. So. To the ones who think that like Dave Hodges, I watch his show sometimes. He's a Christian Bible thumper, right? And he thinks that he's one of the good guys. Listen, man, if you're eating my Dave, sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah, that's right,
man.
All right,
that's right.
Is that's it on that.
I'll just finish it up here.
Come.
It says, and I will kindle a fire in his cities
by them ICBM missiles. right? That's gonna be the fire that end all, man.
And all.
All right.
Esau is the end of the world. Yeah.
It says, and it shall devour all around about him.
That means so your fire brigades, your water trucks, it'll be no use to you in that day. All right, nothing's gonna quench this fire because that's what the Lord has declared. Right, He's commanded for I'm put that prophecy forth via dark sayings that we're revealing to you that your time is almost up, man. But we know that the time is not yet because this has sequences. We know the MOTB, which brother is going to bring out, has to come about before this happens. All right, the stage of events.
That's right.
Con.
Any other precepts?
Yeah, go to brother. Go ahead. You go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. I was just going to say real quick. Go to the book of Habakkuk because we're dealing with his pride, and this vision is speaking. So if you could go to the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, the point is actually in the.
That's the spirit.
You were going to go there.
That's the same one I was holding. I'll praise the Most High.
Yeah. All right. So
Habakkuk 2 or 3?
2. All right. Start at the top and just go right down to the 5th verse for now and hold it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1, and it reads, "I will stand upon my watch."
All right.
And
speaking to the prophet. Speaking to the prophets.
Go ahead. And set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I'm reproved.
Right? Beautiful. So, hey, real quick, brother, I got to say this, right? This guy that came out, I know this is a little bit off, man, but that guy that came out, you should have been in this spirit. Okay? A watchman spirit, but he's not in no watchman spirit. But this precept just cut him straight right there. If I could see that guy's face, I would tell it to him. Continue, brother. Go ahead.
Verse 2, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak."
Right. We are in the end of time, or end of this age. Okay. The end of Esau's downfall. Right. He's the end of the world. He's the end of the world, end of this age. Okay. That's what that's actually saying at that appointed time. And we're there. We're watching this thing. Continue, brother.
Verse 3. So it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." And then it says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright within him." It's not upright in him.
Daniel 4:17. He's the basis of men. The base man here.
Right? And the first part of that precept, elder, is by the decree of the watchers. Decrees by the watchers, and we're those watchers, and we're making it clear that this man's soul is not upright in him, man.
That's right.
That's right.
That's it. That's right. Water.
Look at his track record, man. Look at what he's done. Nothing he's done, even when he started off proclaiming it was for your good. It never turned out to be for your good. It always turned out for you to be. It always turned out to be for his good and for your detriment.
That's right.
Verse 5, it says, verse 5, it says, also because he transgresses by wine." Right? So philosophies, his way of life, his way of thinking, right? He's telling you that the same genders are okay, You know, he's telling you that you know, at the age of 5, you can, you know, you can be given over to someone who's like in his 30s, and that's off, man. Okay, it says he is in many more things, man. His whole society, all right, this whole kingdom and society that we live in was built up by lies. Okay, and that's why when you look at what's going on over in different, like mainly over in the East, when you look at how countries are ran over in the East, it's like it literally is like a whole different world when you look over here in the West. Completely different.
Also, add to that, you know, them Disney movies that we put our kids before, you know, we watch them too.
Yep.
Those are basic commercials to have your little boys wanting to be girls. You know,
right.
That's what it's doing. It's saying that you want to be a fairy godmother. You know, you want to wave a wand, right?
Yep.
So that's why you have kids saying from their like 3, they feel like they were girls because they know it's like girls are getting all the nice gifts, presents, you know. So just like you have a McDonald's commercial keep playing all the time. I know kids when they watch a movie, they watch it over and over, the same one over and over, you know.
Right.
So they're putting spells on your children, most of the boys, that they want to become girls. Right?
That's right. And Hollywood is the mecca of that. It says, yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell.
Yeah, that spirit is pushed in the 4 corners, heavy. What we just said right there, what the prophets are saying, and the scriptures clearly reveal. This proud man, wine is everywhere. Okay. Yep. Everybody. Yep. Saslakia. And I could just simply say to that, he has, real quick, and you can Google this. He has the most embassies in the entire world. Can't remember the number, but it's over 100. For sure, it's over 100.
Close to 1,000.
Meanwhile, how much is it?
Close to 1,000. Over here, 800.
All right, I'm thinking of Putin. He just have, I think, 7.
You know how much countries? There's only about 200 and some countries, I think, in the world.
Yep.
Right. So when you hear that America has close to 1,000 embassies all over the world, man, like there's only 200 and some countries. You really need one embassy per country, but this man is all about overkill. You know, that's why it says he who enlarges his desire as hell, the whole earth. He wants everything and every. He wants the whole thing, man. He wants everything.
So like it's 173. Let's look it up. But
okay.
It's 1,000 army bases. So like 173 embassies.
Okay. And how many countries? How many countries are in the world?
I'll look up there.
Okay, flip that up real quick, Baba Kashar.
Yeah, I saw both of them, but I couldn't remember which one had more than the other. So it's not a wrong statement that you're bringing out, but the water for that. Okay.
195 countries.
Okay, 195. Okay, Khan. Yeah, see, so he has 170 something, and there's 195 countries. So, and then he has over close to, like you just said, 800 army bases, man.
750.
750.
Yeah.
750 army bases.
Yeah.
Known.
and big fight countries. The math doesn't add up.
Yeah, there you go. So it goes on to say, and is as death. Yep. Everywhere he goes, that's what he promotes. He promotes it in the lifestyle that he tells you to live. He promotes it in the food he tells you to eat, the water he tells you to drink, the air he tells you to breathe. You know, everything, man.
Well, he's a man of sin, right? And sin equals death, right? So I always bring it out that the Most High is telling you that this man is death, right? So anything he has to offer is going to kill you. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. You know what I mean? Honey puffs, or whatever you want. It's death. You know in England, all the candies that's from this side of the world has a sticker, a warning sticker on them, telling you eat this, that, and the sticker on European candies, it was from this side of the world, saying you can harm your children.
Good.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I was hooked with the Tony the Tiger. That for frosted flakes, 100% true. The only reason why I didn't really like the cereal. Talking Tiger. Go ahead, brother. I'm serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. And it says, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied. Right? And that's why also Yahushua said, if he didn't speed up the times, man, he would have destroyed all flesh. Because this man can't be satisfied. Okay. But gathereth unto him all nations. Right? And he's looking to do that with the sea hip. Once again, to gather all, because he did it the first time, right? Financially. You go back to the Bretton Woods system, right? He gathered the whole world onto himself financially, and now he's going to do the same thing through the MOTB. Okay, and the MOTB is going to incorporate not just the finance of the economy or of the world, it's going to incorporate religion, it's going to incorporate health, there's pseudoscience, right, which is knowledge falsely so-called. So he's getting ready to do that again, man. It says, and heapeth unto him all. Shall not these take up a parable against him?
That's what happened in Genesis when the Most High separated it, right? And this is why this place, another reason why this is Babylon, the disperse of the nation. You shouldn't be putting all nations in the same land, because each nation has different customs, different cultures, right? So it causes confusion. Right? So you show you that this man is the devil and his vibration attached to him, right? And the word Satanism means adverse to. He's adverse to the Most High. He's contrary to the Most High, the Most High way of doing things. Right? Heaping all nations to him. That's not what the Most High wants, man. Most of is a separatist.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because when you do that, you can establish order. When you put everybody on the same level, you can't establish order.
Yeah, the Most High divided the nations, but this man want to bring them together. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So it says here, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him? And that's what you're seeing with America, right? All these nations are laughing at Sleepy Joe. They're laughing at America, and like I think you brought that out, Kazak, in terms of what I think China doesn't allow, their people to watch, entertainment from the West. So yeah, they're taking up a parable and they're taunting America right now. And say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. That with the many African nations that basically stuck up a middle finger to America and said, F you. We're not letting you come, into our country and take up all our resources and then charge us for doing that. So these prophecies are speaking, man. That's how we know that we're in the latter days, because these are the things that will take place. Increases.
And you also have to agree with the alphabet mafia, right? Because he's pushing that all over the place.
Right. Yep, that's right. It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him, and the main thing that he increases in that is not his is resources, right? Important resources from other countries. So it says, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, debt.
What is it? How many trillions is it now?
Supposedly 30, 35, 33, or something like 36, something like that.
It's probably more, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's all. This guy's a liar, but he never put the right numbers, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that's going into his detonation, and that's his downfall. And we're living in it and watching it. All right. And they want to bring about a new system. Okay. They want to bring about that new system.
Yeah.
You'll be happy
Yeah,
and own nothing. That's all I got. Go ahead.
I'm gonna bring out a couple things here off the comment board. Shalom to the brothers and sisters on the comment board. I'm gonna bring this is from the elder of the camp. It says here he posted, Elder Romeo, he posted Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 10, verse 5. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sail. So basically, there's nothing Esau will do. There's nothing Esau won't do to get what he wants, man. There's nothing. Okay, it says, because while he liveth, he casteth away his own bowels. Yeah, man. And that's why this basically is empty, and that's what you see happen. That's what happens. That's what happens to these top entertainers in the entertainment business. You see them when they first get in, and you see them 10 years later, man. They've completely cast all their bowels out of themselves, man. They look like an empty shell.
Yep,
all them demons are in them, mashed up. Their faces all. You can tell there's demons on them, man. Oh yeah, this is just some info the brothers were putting up. Yeah, 800 and counting for Babylon, and so it's going up actually.
Yeah.
And then it's here he posted America has invaded 50 countries since 1945.
Yeah, his desire is large. Largest.
Okay, let's go back to this clip here.
Since when did the US have an obligation to fight foreign wars?
To paraphrase the former Secretary of State. And if we don't, who does?
Since when did the US have an obligation to fight foreign wars? And make no mistake, the globalists have big plans to reshape the entire world in the next few years.
The world's at an inflection point. The world's changing, but we have an opportunity to make it. So imagine if we were able to succeed in getting the Middle East put in place where we have normalization of relations. I think we can do that. Imagine what happens if we, in fact, unite all of Europe and just finally put down where he cannot cause the kind of trouble he's been causing. We have enormous opportunities.
The elite are happy sending your money overseas forever and sending your children overseas to fight their globalist World War III. Are we going to let them? Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join us in our mission, support the channel, and gain access to uncensored content. Lord Rothschild admitted that his family created Israel as part of the Great Master Plan for World War III, and now their agenda is playing out before our very eyes. The useful idiots or mainstream media were quick to call the attack Israel's 9/11, and they were closer to the truth than they'll ever realize. Just like the 9/11 attacks, the government was complicit and the military was ordered to stand down. And just like 9/11, the globalist elite are now rubbing their hands together at the prospect of launching more forever wars in the Middle East, more devaluation of currencies, more neglect of the people in favor of war, death, and the globalist agenda. At the time of the attack on Israel, security experts were stunned and said that the Hamas attack didn't make any sense and bore all the hallmarks of an inside job. Now we know that the Israeli government did know about the attacks in advance. The Times of Israel, Associated Press, and Al Jazeera are all reporting that Egypt warned Israel of a major attack coming from Gaza 10 days before the events of the weekend. But Israeli officials chose to ignore it. Now we know why Israeli forces took 7 agonizing hours to respond to calls for help from terrorized citizens. Here's Lauren Wisk with more on the stand-down order issued by Netanyahu to the Israeli military.
Netanyahu intentionally let Hamas kill Israelis. Both the IDF and the Israeli Air Force both stood down for 7 hours. You won't believe what a Jewish charity leader told me today.
Israel has the most sophisticated intelligence in the world. There was no way the government didn't know that that was going to happen. We're friendly with several good people in Israel. One is Rabbi Hanania Weissman. He knows a lot of people in Israel. He knows confidential sources that he shared with us their information about the stand-down order. He sent out a missive that, indeed, the IDF was given stand-down orders, both the Army and the Air Force, 7 hours to stand down while those attacks took place. And this allowed the terrorists to come in and begin slaughtering and torturing the citizens.
The 9/11 parallels don't stop there.
And that's why the scriptures say this. All right. And that's why we know, a lot of this stuff that's taking place, man, it's theatrics. Nevertheless, it's still prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not constantly yoked up with prophecy, well, you're gonna get caught up in this man's devices. All right. So this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, right? For we are not ignorant of his devices, right? And when we do, we look up that word devices. Like it's linked to obviously his schemes and his plans, but you have to know this man's desire to know what he's planning. Okay. So it says here, device, in the Greek.
Strong's G 3540, Naima.
So it says a mental perception, thought, an evil purpose, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purpose. Okay, so his purpose, his mind and thoughts, we see only the elect are going to see right through all his lies and his deceit. Okay, because their eyes, which is their spiritual eye, has been anointed with the eye salve, which is this knowledge. All right, the complete and the correct understanding of the prophecies that are in the Bible. When you don't have those understanding, you're gonna get caught by this man's snake tongue, man, his forked tongue. And a lot of Israelite leaders are gonna be used to entrap a lot of Israelites to get caught up with Esau and his purpose and his devices.
Get a precept. Psalm 64 and
64 or 54?
64 and 6.
Okay.
As it pertains to what the lady just said, that they knew, right? Because these people have an agenda, and it's basically what Malcolm X said in a quote: "By any means necessary." All right, so that's what Esau is doing, is basically getting his agenda pushed forward by any means necessary.
Sorry.
Right. That's why you see so many people dying.
Oh yeah.
Psalm 64 and 6, it says, "They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search."
All right, so it said they search out iniquities. So let's go over iniquities, the letter iniquities.
You're right.
Iniquities here, it says wrong, violent deeds of injustice.
So see that what you're saying, that they basically allow the IDF to stand down and watch their people get massacred. Right, violently, right. Those are violent deeds, man. To watch people like yourself, of your nation, just to bring forth an agenda, get massacred, man. Arms blown off, people got babies murdered, according to them. I'm just going by what they say, right?
Yeah.
Womb, right?
Yeah.
But according to what's been reported on, that's what they did, man. Right?
Yeah. So it says they search out, Psalm 64 and 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
It was accomplished what they searched out, right? Because now they're going to do what they want to do with the world behind them, saying stuff like we stand with such and such. Right.
Right.
Keep reading.
Right. And then it says, both their inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
That's right. So that heart is deep, is your mind is proving diligence, right? And diligent is something that we should seek to have and use it. But so-called white men, they use it for the left-hand side to cause mischief and wicked devices. Go over diligent. See that diligent blue letter?
God. Yeah, because these guys are disciplined, man. That's why they're disciplined in wickedness, man.
Mm-hmm. He's the wicked, right? So he's doing what he was set up to do.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Just like we're doing what we're set up to do.
Come.
So diligent, it says here to search for, to search out, distinguish oneself.
Disguise.
Right?
Disguise oneself.
Yeah, my bad. Disguise oneself.
So that's why you have a group called IS to the IS, right? And if you break the IS to the IS down, you get those people secret intelligence service.
Right.
Yep. Right.
Yep.
And if you look at those so-called H guys who came in and did the slaughter, a lot of those guys, people are saying it's their people, man. You know, it wasn't the H guys.
Right. They were built up by the imposters.
Right? So remember this man, he always reasoned and not a right. He's known as the wicked, right? His inward thoughts are very deep. Right. So you're not playing with people who the Most High was designed to be fair and righteous.
Yeah.
Contrary to that, they're unrighteous, man. So expect the unexpected.
Khan.
That's it.
It said, okay, Khan. Okay, Khan. Any other precepts before I move on?
Yeah, I got a quick one.
Khan.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 5.
You're good.
And it reads, Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. Right. So ultimately, these Edomites in a trick bag, well, whatever direction they go in wickedness, it's the Lord signing off on it and wanting them to do that. Right.
Right.
And I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. Right. So we're like that article that we just saw there, the little video clip, news is coming out that they're funding both sides and they're doing this on this side and they're greasing this palm and shaking that hand. So the world is now seeing it, and there's a lot of divide amongst the people. Now people are against each other, and that ultimately that's the Lord putting the division. Right. Verse 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. Right. Once again, like for instance, what the brother was saying. It's a known fact. There's various write-ups where the imposters funded the H's. Right. Set them up from 15, 20, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. So all this information is coming out, and the world is just staring and looking, observing, taking notes, and it's just fanning the flames.
And then how about all the refugees that they're letting in through their borders too? That's causing them to be a gazing stock as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's it on that.
Khan. That's it before I move on? Khan.
After this quick break, we will reveal exactly first making up the story. And Mike Lindell is giving viewers of The People's Voice huge discounts on his American-made products. Help support our show at 923 advantage of the massive Rothschild-owned Economist. Anybody who's still on the fence about whether the hidden hand of the elite is currently orchestrating world events should take a look at this Economist cover from 11 years ago. The Rothschild-owned Economist magazine has a history of uncannily predicting the future with their covers. Let's zoom in on the detail in the top of the image. Did they have a time machine? The elite plan the future and adapt to how the public reacts to their plans. Those who know their history understand that the Rothschilds have been trying to claim Palestine's sovereignty for centuries. In 1829, they offered the huge fortune of 35 million piastres to the Turkish Sultan. Now they're making their move in the exact manner that Albert Pike promised they would in his foundational Illuminati text published way back in 1871. That's right. The events that are playing out before our very eyes have been in the works for centuries.
Have you heard of Albert Pike's 3 World Wars? For those of you that haven't, this is Albert.
Like, look at this woman. What the hell does she know about anything? You know what I mean? But here she is bringing out information like this, you know, showing you that now, you know, those of us, you know, we've known this for years now, what she's going to bring out. But that just shows you that now that everyday average people like this are bringing out information like this, we're in the end, man. And the Lord said he will pour out his spirit upon all flesh.
That's right.
And the spirit that's out right now is the spirit of truth, right? And that's why the spirit has us going through these different precepts. And the majority of the precepts we brought out talk about what Esau and America's nakedness and making them bare.
Pike, according to encyclopedia.com, he was the leading American Masonic scholar of the 19th century. Albert Pike claims to have received a vision, which he wrote down in a letter in 1871.
And it's like, it's funny because it's not like it's hard to find this information. You just type it up on Google, you can look it up, it's there. You know, the books are right there, but it shows you that the reason why people are looking into all this now is that before they were asleep, they were under Esau's spell. So the Lord, you know, and there still are, okay, but the Lord ultimately is the one who's in control of all this, and this is his plan, this is his movie.
This isn't hearsay. This can be found in the U.S. archives at archive.org, and it was also displayed in the British Museum Library in London. He describes 3 world wars. 2 world wars have obviously already happened, but I'm going to read you what he said about the 3rd World War. The 3rd World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the Asian tour of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, in which all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism.
We got a quick precept here. Funny enough, you know, you'll never see anybody but the prophets bring out that, you know, World War I and World War II and III is also in the scriptures. Okay, and the scriptures have been taught. The scriptures were that was written 2,000 plus years ago. Okay, with that Revelation, Revelation 10.
Oh, the wool.
Here, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, there's 1 in 9 and 1 in 11.
1 in 9 and 1 in 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in this. Yeah, it's a 9-1. Let's go all the way down. You know, Revelation 9 and what?
12.
9 and 12.
9 and 12.
Right.
Yeah. Water. Yeah, it says here, Revelation 9 and 12.
Okay, Salakia.
One woe is past, right? World War I, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. So World War II and World War III.
Right.
Okay, so this was written 2,000 plus years ago, man. You know, and if you can't see that the scriptures are alive and that this book can't be compared to any other book because of the power of prophecy, then you're bugged out. And ultimately, you're most likely going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles or whatever the Lord has planned for you, man. Okay, so let's finish this up a little bit more.
Of savagery and of the most bloody turmoil. And everywhere, the citizens, obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries, will exterminate these destroyers of civilization, and the multitude, disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where.
And this is like, I've read a bit of the book too, so like Morals and Dogma, and the other books like The Curse of Canaan by Eustace Mullen, they bring out this information too. So she's just reading from a book. It's not like she actually found this herself. She's just reading from a book. I've actually read this part as well in two separate books.
Where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. This manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement, which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time.
Klaus Schwab wasn't joking when he penetrated cabinets of Western democracies and appointed his puppets. Biden is fully signed up to the agenda and determined to play his role in the elite's Third World War.
Were I a Jew, I would be a Zionist. And my father pointed out to me, I did not need to be a Jew to be a Zionist. Where I am. Israel is essential to the security of Jews worldwide.
Ask yourself this. Will Biden make the situation even worse when he makes what CNN are even admitting is a high-stakes trip to Israel this week? You can bet your bottom dollar he will. Violence begets more violence. The elite are determined to send humanity on a race to the bottom, while they get richer, tighten the noose around humanity's neck, and enact their long-planned agenda for World War III and a one-world government. Are we going to let them? Here are the people's...
Yep. And let's get this, because, you know, there's only one way that the scriptures say that they will bring, that they will try to bring this NWO, and that's by the CHIP. That's how they're going to be able to join everything and link everything all together. 14 and let's see. I'll start at 9 because it says here, doom for worshipers. Okay, so it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, right? So the system, which is the system is patented by what? By Rome. This system that we live is patented by Rome. That's why you got what's it called? You got Republicans and you got Democrats. That stuff goes back to Rome, right? And many other things. The infrastructure goes back to Rome. You know, the obelisk that even goes further than Rome. Okay.
It's a lot. Can you read it in the NLT?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. It speaks. There's some words there that, you know, in the NLT 14 and 9. Read it again.
Okay, so this is Revelation 14, verse 9 in the NLT. It says, then the third angel followed them, shouting, anyone who worships the beast and his statue, or who accepts his mark on the forehead or on the hand, must drink the wine of Yahweh's anger. It hath been poured full strength into Yahweh's cup of wrath, and they will be tormented with fire and burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and the Lamb. Right? And this all represents ICBM missiles, man, nuking, all right, not America, which is Babylon the Great, the Holy Land, so-called Holy Land right now, and other various parts of the earth, because the whole world isn't going to get nuked, but you know, major parts of the world will.
And it says, it says, full strength into the cups, into Yahweh's cup. Right. And we know that Babylon has been a golden cup. So that's where the wrath is going to be poured, and that wrath comes by way of the missiles.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's right.
And they will be tormented with fire and burning sulfur, and in the presence of the holy angels and the Lamb. Right. So Yahweh Shai is going to be there, and the angels, man, the archangels and the elect. Okay, the elect are angels as too. So it says, verse 11. The smoke of their torment will rise forever and ever. So for ages and ages. And that's another thing, man. So we don't even know when we get beamed up and we go through, you know, Lord willing, we have the whole full elect, and we go through our coronation and all that, man. Who knows how long we're going to be up there in the chariots while, you know, America, you know, is burning and, It has to, the smoke has to die down and stuff, man. It doesn't actually tell you. So, anyways, it says, and they will have no relief day or night. They will, for they have worshipped the beast and his statue, which, you know, there's no actual statue, man. So don't let this throw you off. It's really its image. And
Yeah,
have
which goes into his philosophy. That's the reason why I ask you to read it, because we know that the word statue there is not talking about the image, but actually what he stands for, which is all that filthy wine that's in that nasty cup.
Well, statues going to big. It's laws.
Yeah.
Right. Statues going into his laws. His decrees.
That's right. And have accepted the MARK of his name. Right. And that's a CHEP, man. That's an MOTB. That is something, when you go into the word charagma, that is something that is put inside of you. It's very straightforward, man. If you can't see it, then the Most High don't want you to see it.
That's right.
All right. So it says, this means that Yahweh's holy people must endure persecution patiently. Why? Because they're set up. The spirit that the elect have is to completely be against and refuse and reject this man's system and the MOTB. So guess what? They're going to suffer and be persecuted. Some will be persecuted, but that's whatever, man, because the Lord is going to be with them. Okay? Through everything, through it all. Obeying his commands and maintaining their faith in Yahweh Shai. Right? Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that time. So obeying his commands, that goes into that the divine instruction that the elect are going to have to be maneuvering with and move by. Okay? And maintaining their, that's right, and maintaining their faith in Yahweh Shai. And I heard a voice from heaven saying, write this down. Blessed are those who die in the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, from now on. Yes, says the Spirit, they are blessed indeed, for they will rest from their hard work. For their good deeds follow them. Right? And then it says, then I saw a white cloud, which is a chariot, and seated on that cloud was someone like the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai. He had a gold crown on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. Okay, and this is gonna be something else, man, because you know Esau is gonna have the majority of the world, you know, sea-hipped, and then boom, the Lord Yahweh Shai is gonna crack them clouds, man, with them chariots. Okay, because then you know, because that's the Grim Reaper. Okay, Yahweh Shai is the Grim Reaper. It says, verse 15, then another angel came from the temple and shouted to the one sitting on the cloud, swing the sickles, for the time of harvest has come. The crop on the earth is ripe. Right? And this is, you can link this precept with, if the world not be already kindled, what will I? It's the same thing.
Also, Isaiah 63, who's this coming from Edom?
Yeah.
Coming from Bosra.
That's right, man. Yeah.
Tread down the wine press.
This one, it says, mighty to be saved, moving in his strength. Revelation 14:16. So the one sitting on the cloud swung his sickle over the earth, and the whole earth was harvest. Right? After that, another angel came from the temple in heaven, and he also had a sharp sickle. And the other angel who had power to destroy with fire came from the altar. He shouted to the angel with a sharp sickle, swing your sickle now to gather the clusters of grapes from the vine of the earth, for they are ripe for judgment. So there's a lot of people that are being built up, especially in Israel, right? Because Ezekiel 4:9 says, start at the sanctuary of my house. So a lot of people, especially within Israel, are being built up just to receive harsh judgment, man. You know, so you know that should be a warning to us to stay humble and diligent, man. Staying on the path. 2 more verses. It says, "So the angel swung his sickle over the earth and loaded the grapes into the great winepress of Yahweh's wrath. And grapes were trampled in the winepress outside of the city, and blood flowed from the winepress in a stream about 180 miles, according to Esau, long and as high as a horse's bridle." So to the horse's stomach, man. Shit.
Elder, can you read Isaiah 63 from 2 to about 4? Just to go on that wine press. Because Isaiah asks, "Why is your clothes so dirty?" And,
Right.
So we just read.
Right.
You know?
This is Isaiah 63 verse 1 in the King James. It says, "Yahweh's vengeance on the nations." It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?"
Now we know that Bozrah is basically the present day Babylon, right? Daughter of Babylon, which is America. Okay, because that was the hub of the Edomites, the capital city of Edom, right? So the modern day Bozrah would be America.
That's right. "This that is glorious in his apparel."
So that's
traveling.
That's Yahushua in his appearance with the chariots, right? He's glorious in his apparel, how he appeared.
That's right. "Traveling in the greatness of his strength."
Chariots.
"I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save."
That's basically that buzzword, mighty to save, salvation, savior, right? That's Yahushua.
That's right. "Wherefore art thou red in that apparel?"
So we just read why. We just read why his apparel was red. Okay, we'll get into it.
"And thy garments like him that treadeth the wine vat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in my anger."
So the people whose Lord is taken out were against the Lord, man. Right? They're all satanic. They're adverse too. Right?
That's right.
The Lord is not killing people blindly. He's killing his enemies.
That's right. That's right. Straight. "And trample them in fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment." Right, and that's parabolic. He's not literally going to stain. He's going to be stained. His raiment is going to be stained with blood. But that's just him showing, metaphorically speaking, how much blood is going to be spilled when Yahushua comes, man. Them lasers are going to be doing a lot. Those chairs are going to be doing a lot of killing too, alongside with those missiles.
The real meaning of anger. Let's say the real meaning of anger.
Yeah,
the Lord's anger.
Verse 4: "For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come."
So the ones that is being redeemed is the elect, man, right? And it's not an actual year; it's a time frame, right?
Right.
A time where the day of the Lord is going to be dark, full of wrath and great anger. So that's what we're waiting for, man. Like right now, because we're in the flesh, we can envision, the slaughter, and we'll probably gross us out because we're in the flesh. Like, that's gross. The babies, but in that day when Lord changed his vile bodies and put our mind like how it's supposed to be, because that's righteous, man. Kill that Nick.
Yeah,
man. Well, the thing is, like, reason why we say that is because, when the Lord gives us those righteous bodies, we're going to be able to read and know these various spirits that are in these bodies, man. In these people's bodies. So we're going to know what they've done. See, people look at people, today you look at someone and you just see who they are today. You don't know who they were, what, in other past lives and whatnot. So the Lord's going to give us all that information, man. So it'll be justified.
And we ain't no killers, man. You know, like what's coming is true. That mindset, we're not stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. A lot of Jakes don't understand. Like, it's spiritual, man. We're gonna be able to see all those past lives, man. So verse 5 it says, and I looked.
That's it.
Oh, that was it. Okay, Khan. Khan.
One quick precept on vengeance, because like the brother Kazak just mentioned, right? These people will have it twisted, but this is the Lord's show, and you mentioned, you know, that this is spiritual. So Psalms 149 and verse 7, if you could just read that real quick.
Psalms 149,
7 and 8, and that's
verse,
it. 7 and 8.
So it says here, 149 and 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and to punish and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Hashem El Shai. Beautiful. Yep.
So shall it be.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, amen. That's right.
Amen. That's right. Okay.
Any other precepts before we close up? Khan. All right. Beautiful. So we're going to close this lesson. Lord willing, this was edifying to the whole full elect of the nation of Israel. We're going to close by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and have taught us this word in truth and sincerity. And peace and mercy to the whole full elect that are also pushing this word in truth and sincerity, starting with 144,000, of course, across the four corners of the earth, as well as you little amount of sisters that believe. Peace and mercy to you and your household. We're going to say Abba Babal. And Lord willing, to the next live lesson, we say Shalom to the whole full elect.
Shalom to the whole full elect.